appeal for a state of origin? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's possible, to be honest with you. I mean, even with a refurbed Metricon, oval, maybe 40,000 people's doesn't quite sort of sit well with Queensland fans. Where we've got 56 at Suncorp. So it'd be very difficult. Obviously, money may talk, but from my perspective, I prefer to be playing at the home of rugby league, which is Suncorp Stadium.
Mal, you said you're heading into game 2. You said your boys have proven that they can perform in a crunch situation. Is that what gives you confidence going into this game?
Well, we got some of the best players playing, in the world, so been there, done that. But we also understand that, we've got to be humble about the way we approach the game. Our preparation's been really good. We've made sure that we're not complacent in any way. We understand that even though Paul Gallen is out there, the leader, they'll be a very formidable footy side here at ANZ Stadium. We also understand that we haven't won here for the last couple of years, so we have to be on our game. We have to play to our potential, each individual in our footy side, and to get the result we're after.
You mentioned Gallen being out. Can Boyd Cordner expect a pretty thorough going over in his debut?
Boyd will play. He's a great player. He's a good young kid, and he'll be around for in the representative scene for a long, long time, not only in New South Wales, but I think for Australia. So he gets his chance. Got to start somewhere, but we're just concentrating on our own performance. We've been really working hard on and what we need to do really well to get the result we want.
Another fresh face is Mick Manus. You guys really exposed that side of the field in game 2. We'll be targeting the new bloke there again.
No, we target both sides. We think we've got some strike weapons, both on our left and our right edge. But like most games, it's one in the middle. We won the middle game 2. New South Wales won the middle in game 1, and hence the teams were successful because of that. So we've got to gain momentum through the middle of the park before we can put any pressure on edges.
So who's the 2 or 3 most dangerous players in the New South Wales?
They're all dangerous, Margie.
Everyone you've been doing?
I think I think James Maloney and Mitchell Pearce are always going to be dangerous with a forward pack that's going forward. James has come in for a bit of criticism after game 2, but he's the type of character that'll bounce back and play his ability in game 3. So but again, we just focus on ourselves. We've got a job to do. We've got a game plan. Whilst it's very simple, we've got to execute it really well.
Mal, you said in your column, or not column, but an interview on NRL.com, you're considering maybe this could be your last. Is that a consideration?
I get asked that question every year, so I just give the same old stock standard cliche line about, we'll consider it after the game. Win or lose, whether the players want me to stick around. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully, hopefully the players enjoy me being the head coach of their team, and we'll see what happens down the track.
Will it depend on the result though, Mal?
No result. It depends on whether I'm making a worthwhile contribution, the players enjoy the program that we've implemented.
Every year the New South Welshman will get rolled, and that's the question of hunger comes up, and we always talk about the Queensland players maintaining that hunger. What about the hunger yourself to continue on?
Well, I've only coached the team for 24 games, so I'm still hungry. So it's basically just a season of footy, isn't it? NRL. So, I love this time of year, and everybody wants to be involved. If you're an ex-player or ex-coach, you always want to be involved at Origin time, So I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones. I've got a fantastic job and really enjoy the occasion and love, the banter between, the two states, and I love the banter that you blokes keep on bringing up every year. Find something that's different to sort of keep the news going, So it's all a bit of fun.
Is this the biggest one ever?
No, it's big every year, really. I mean, it's I guess when you talk about New South Wales, it's they've been on the back of some defeats in recent times, so it is a big one for them. For us, our challenge is to play to our ability, and if that's good enough, it's good enough. If New South Wales rise to the occasion and beat us on our merits, I'm happy with that. And I think everyone should be happy with that. This is a great Queensland side that's moved a lot of mountains in recent times, and they keep on getting over those hurdles to find ways of being victorious. But at some stage, at some stage we're going to lose. When that happens, I'm not quite sure. I hope it's not tomorrow night. But from our point of view, is if we'll be happy if we can look ourselves in the mirror and say, listen, we've done a fantastic job.
Is one of those hurdles having to play 2 games here this year?
No, not really. It's it is an educated crowd, and it's good playing back in New South Wales and Queensland. It is an educated crowd. They know when to cheer and clap and boo. Here, and our job is to keep that fairly silent. But grounds don't matter really in the whole scheme of things. Your performance does, and whether the bounce of the ball goes your way, whether the referees make a decision that goes against you, you just handle all those sort of things. That's part of the game. And for us, it's getting the best out of yourself and not letting your teammates down. That's a crucial thing, particularly at Origin. Show the character that show the character that's made you an Origin player. That's the thing that we look at.
As time goes on, though, Mal, has it become a motivating factor for players not to be in the team that loses, that stops that run?
Oh, fear of failure is always in the back of your mind. Certainly when you get back into your careers, the fear of failure is a determining factor. To get yourself motivated personally. But I'm sure that's in the back of a lot of our players' minds. But then you got young ones, and yes, they want to prove themselves. It's another motivating force. Different thought process. So. You just got to get that balance right in the footy team too. That's an important part of it, and we've got a fairly experienced footy side with a number of years still left in their bodies.
Have you spoken to Laurie?
Sorry?
Have you spoken to Laurie?
No, not in recent times. No. We'll have a chat after the game.
Mal, your skipper spoke about the first 20 minutes, how important that is, but there's 60 more minutes in the game. How much is momentum going to play a part in you guys getting it?
It's momentum is a really important part of any footy game. So. The start's really crucial to both halves, really. I'm anticipating the Blues will be, coming at us, hard and fast, and we'll be going at them hard and fast. So it'll be very torrid affair, beginning of the game. And it's like most games of rugby league, though. You just got to hang in there. You got to get in the grind, and it's about field position and applying pressure to the opposition. And most games are won at the back end of halves. We had an opportunity to get back into the game in game one, but we just weren't at the level we should have been. And then the Blues hung in really well in game two. 14-0 down. That's an outstanding effort considering how much football we had. And at the end it probably told. So, but we do. You got to play at the 80 minutes in Origin. There's no ifs or buts. Whether you're playing you got to be playing as strong in the first minute as you do in the 80th minute. And that's really important when it comes down to Origin Rugby League.
Just on that first 20 though, it's been pivotal in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
What can you do tangibly, I guess, to wrestle with momentum?
You just got to keep hanging in there, keep on believing in your game plan, keep on being positive. Persevere with the things that works, and hopefully that's good enough. So that's what Origin's so good about. The other teams does that as well. So that's what you get into that battle, and it makes it exciting. It's hard, it's torrid, intense. It's physical. Tempers flare at times. That's what happens. But you just got to ride with it and keep going and keep digging deep and keep on doing the best you possibly can, not letting your teammates down, and showing the character that what's made Origin such a success over the last 33 years.
Will that first 20 determine the outcome?
I don't think so. No. It won't. I reckon the 71st or the 72nd might determine Origin, maybe the 78th. We're prepared to grind in there and keep on digging deep for until this final siren. I know it's a cliche, but that's what happens at Origin levels.
Mal, do you think the captaincy could bring the best out of Robbie Farah?
Absolutely. Yeah. No. He'll be up for it. For many reasons. But the captaincy, of your state is a huge honour, and he'll do very well tomorrow night.
Given they're going to have 2 games here this year, they've had 2 games here this year, and they won't have 2 games here for another few years now. Is this New South Wales' best chance to win?
Possibly so. Yeah, possibly so. So it's they've got a great chance, being successful tomorrow. 2 teams, 50-50 chance. Just like the referees' decisions, 50-50. So we should expect a fantastic game tomorrow night.
No meeting with the referees boss for you?
No, not really. No. We've had our talks with Daniel, and we understand where we need to be. So we'll be disciplined in what we do, and and hopefully, it's all consistent.
Do you think
What's
they'll
gonna
keep
be?
Roosters in the pocket this time, considering what's
We don't know. We don't know. We're not. You know, we're planning around making sure that you know, if it is all fair and equal, you know, we're planning around us playing really well. So regardless of what happens.
What's going to be your final message before the boys run out? Do it for me, my last game, boys.
No. No. Well, you're from New South Wales, are you?
So I'm wearing blue.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a pretty silly question, really. No, sorry.
Anyone bring anyone in the sheds to have a chat with them before they go out?
No, we've had a pretty good week, comprehensive week. You know, a lot of talk. You know, so it's all action now.
Mal, you have the final say. You know, the last thing in your control will be just before they run out to 80-odd thousand lunatics yelling blues. What is it that you can say at this point?
It's all about achieving your own personal goals and the team goals. You know, it's all about persevering with a very simple game plan and making the most of your opportunities. And if you know, we expect that, you know, with that, the talent we've got in our footy team, that if we see, you know, space somewhere, the ball should go there. You know, but there's a flip side to Origin as well. And in any game of rugby league is that defensively we've got to be, you know, really strong. We've got to keep on, you know, digging in deep. We know that the game ebbs and flows. We know that at some stage through the game that they're going to be on top, and some stage we're going to be on top. You know, so it's how you handle those moments in the game that makes, you know, it's either leads to you being a victory, a victor, or a loser. You know, so there's only two teams out there. You know, they're going helter skelter.
Any injury concerns, stomach bugs, hospital visits, anything like that?
No, John's okay at the moment. It's actually getting that. We'll see what happens in the Origin to the final training session, but at this stage he's unscathed, which is fantastic.